STARepublic Weekly Horoscope for the Earth Signs from April 24th to April 30th. Hey there, Capricorn. This week, your focus is on your loved ones and your business ventures. With most of your planets in the lower half of your horoscope, you're paying close attention to those closest to you, including yourself and your family. And while you prioritize your own interests, you're still looking for opportunities that can be rewarding in terms of business. Mars is currently situated in your 7th house, which represents your relationships with others. But unfortunately, Mars's influence isn't all that great at the moment. If you're already married or in a relationship, be prepared for some heated arguments with your significant other. You might even face legal battles if you're working on a joint project together. It's a tough time for your closest relationships, but try to work through any issues with patience and understanding. Pluto is hanging out in your 2nd house, which symbolizes your economic power and the richness of your life. This can be a time of fluctuating income, especially if you're involved in business. But if you're part of a family business, you can expect a stable income. However, Pluto's square with the Sun in your 5th house representing love and entertainment and Jupiter in your 4th house representing family can lead to some arguments and tension surrounding property and belongings. Try to approach these issues with gentleness and kindness towards your family members. Jupiter is currently in your 4th house, which represents family. This means you can look forward to a harmonious and generous family environment, and possibly even the acquisition of real estate. Meanwhile, the Sun, Mercury, and Uranus are all hanging out in your 5th house, which represents love and entertainment. Your desire for love and romance is stronger than ever right now, but your relationships might not be typical. You could find yourself in an unusual or unconventional relationship, or you might be wary of commitment and prefer to keep things casual. If you're currently dating someone, be aware that misunderstandings and conflicts could arise, especially with Mercury in retrograde. But don't stress too much. These challenges won't be a big source of stress for you. In your 6th house, Venus is focused on your work and health. You're enjoying your work right now and doing well at it, especially if you're in the service, hospitality, fashion, health, or beauty industry. You're also great at connecting with your customers and employers, so this is a good time to be on the lookout for job opportunities. Finally, Neptune and Saturn, your ruler, are together in your 3rd house, which represents communication and learning. You might come across as a little rough around the edges, but if you take a beat to think before you speak, you'll avoid misunderstandings. You're imaginative and intuitive right now, and you have a great sense of humor even if you tend to exaggerate a bit. All in all, this is a good week to focus on your family and business interests. Just be aware that conflicts might arise with your partner or spouse, and try to approach these situations with flexibility and understanding. And if you need to de-stress, consider taking a solo trip over the weekend. Hey there, Taurus. It's time to check out your weekly horoscope and see what the stars have in store for you. This week, your planets are focused on the left side of your horoscope, indicating that you're actively taking the lead in social activities to bring your values into the real world. While this is great, be careful not to be too self-assertive in your words and actions. The Sun, Mercury, and Uranus are all in your 1st house, which represents your public image and how you present yourself in society. You're feeling intellectually curious and self-directed, which is admirable, but it can also make you seem a bit unpredictable to others. Just remember to consider harmony with others as you work towards embodying and realizing your ideas. Communication might be a bit tricky this week, so watch out for misunderstandings and be careful when drafting contracts. In terms of finances, Venus is in your 2nd house, and you might feel like you're doing all right without having too much money. Your aesthetic sense can influence your income, and a bit of luxury might even be a good investment in yourself. Just be cautious when it comes to money matters this weekend, as there could be some confusion around financial decisions. You are likely focused on your work and social success right now, with Pluto in your 10th house. Your concentration and charisma are impressive, but be careful not to come across as too stubborn or controlling to others. Remember to communicate flexibly and consider the opinions of others as well. In terms of relationships, Saturn and Neptune are in your 11th house, indicating that you have strong, trustworthy relationships with your colleagues. However, be careful of any potential betrayals. Lastly, Jupiter is in your 12th house, showing that you know how to enjoy your own company and are helping others without seeking recognition. Keep up the good work, but remember to take a step back and listen to others when it comes to work-related matters. Overall, it's a good week for you to achieve social success and pursue your goals, but remember to balance your self-assertion with consideration for others. Take some time to relax and spend time with loved ones over the weekend. Hey there, Virgo. Are you ready to hear what the stars have in store for you this week? Let's dive in. This week, you'll find that your planets are gathered in the upper half of your horoscope, which means that you'll be engaging in social activities and trying to extend your thoughts and behavior to the real world. You're meticulous and diligent, and it's important to remember that your hard work will pay off. Saturn and Neptune are located in your 7th house, which represents marriage or relationships with others. You may be feeling uneasy about your partner or surroundings, especially if you're considering getting married. Take some time to ponder your anxiety and make a wise decision that feels right for you. Venus is located in your 10th house, which symbolizes social success. You have a great sense of aesthetic and will stand out if you work in colorful industries such as art, entertainment, media, and information relations. As a job seeker, you can also get a good job in a field where you can use your aesthetic sense through connections. Your ruler, Mercury, sits with the Sun and Uranus in the 9th house, which is responsible for the spiritual improvement of higher education, ideas, religion, and philosophy. You have an increased intellectual curiosity and like contemplation at this time. You're extremely realistic, but you can also explore deeply the theories and philosophies of the field you're interested in at this time. There are more opportunities for travel and a wider view. In particular, you'll find that your interest in languages such as literature and foreign languages will increase. Just be aware that Mercury is still in reverse, so mistakes and misunderstandings may occur more frequently than usual. Take your time and be calm when studying, traveling, or talking to others. Jupiter sits in your 8th house, which represents a heritage or belongings of others. You may expect inheritance or spouse inheritance, but you can earn your own without it. If you do your own business, you may need a large investment or loan. Pluto is located in your 6th house, which represents labor, occupation, and health. Your working environment may be extreme right now, but remember that you rarely compromise on your work at this time. You may be less cooperative and have a stubborn streak. Be careful not to overwork yourself or have too much confidence in your physical strength. Additionally, Pluto will form a square with the Sun in your 8th house and Jupiter in your 9th house throughout the week. You may be rather critical in your work and tend to force your opinions on others without yielding your ideas. Keep in mind that if you work within an organization rather than in your own business, it may be difficult to carry your ideas through without the consent of others. Mars is located in your 11th house, which represents a friend relationship. You have a strong sense of justice and passion for social activities, but you may also have a strong sense of self-consciousness, which can sometimes lead to trouble with your friends. It's important to try to understand and be considerate of the other person's perspective. Overall, this is a good week to be recognized by society for your constant intellectual curiosity and outstanding work skills. Just be mindful of the way you communicate your thoughts in relationships with others. Remember, sometimes people value the attitude of the person who conveys the content more than the content of the conversation itself. And on the weekend, the moon forms a square with your ruler, Mercury. This may lead to misunderstandings or problems due to gossip, lies, etc. Take some time to relax, organize your thoughts, and recharge your batteries. Remember, taking care of yourself and your relationships is key to a fulfilling and successful life.